Now let's just say if you're a Lisa, you was at work and this clown just came in disrupting your day. You was sitting at your desk, eating your Jimmy Dean sausage patties, drinking your juice box. When he walks up to your window, he proceeds to get angry at you. He realistically needs to be mad at his own self. The reason why I say he needs to be mad at his own self, nobody told him to go out and instead of being on a business trip, he was out with some mistress. To put the icing on the cake, not just that he was with his mistress, he got the mistress pregnant. Him and his wife have never had a kid before. So now this man who's mad at you because you just so happen to work for the courthouse who served him divorce papers from his wife, he's mad at you because he got caught. Good evening, and welcome to another episode of the Mindset Master Podcast. I'm your host, Tony Reed, and I'm also the proprietor of the podcast. Now, in today's episode, we're going to be discussing conflict resolution tactics. Now, the reason I decided to make this episode today is because I've been receiving a lot of calls, emails, and even some personal requests when I go to the grocery store. When people see me, they say, oh yeah, man, can you talk about this in an episode? So I told them I would. So that's the reason why I'm making this episode today. We all go through certain conflict, but a lot of times the conflict that we're going through doesn't have to escalate to a high point like it generally does. And in this episode, we're going to be talking about different tactics and techniques and things like that you can apply starting right now to help you de-escalate problems. Now, this episode isn't if somebody is trying to physically hurt you and you're trying to diffuse that situation. This isn't that type of episode. And if you would like me to, I can also film an episode about how to diffuse those type of situations also. But this episode is going to be more of a simpler type of like mindset episode to help you diffuse any kind of issues or things like that you may be going through. So now, let me go ahead and get the episode kicked off. Whenever you are trying to diffuse a verbal situation, always know it's 99.99% of the time not your fault. Now let's just say you're a clerk at the courthouse. You're having a phenomenal day. A guy comes in, he's highly upset. He comes in at your desk, real like aggressive, real angry. He comes in and he's snapping at you, asking you, why did you send him divorce papers? Now, you yourself didn't necessarily email him the divorce papers from his wife, but the company who you work for sent the email out. You were the first person who this man seen when he came into the building. You was the first batter up, so to speak. He's coming at you all sideways. Man, you done messed up my marriage. Man, I'm not leaving my wife. Like barking all these orders, asking for supervisors and stuff like that. At that point, whenever a typical human is getting yelled at, normal human nature is going to be to get defensive right back. And then after that, the customer who's already highly enraged, he's going to come back at you and start saying real mean things about you. He's going to start talking about how you look, if you're going to talk about your kids. What he's doing is he's poking. He's trying to find something that's going to make you snap. Something that's going to make you say, oh man, the hell with you, man. Blah, 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 blah. And then your manager is going to come out and hear you cursing back at the customer. Now, guess what's going to happen? You are going to get fired. Now you got to go home and tell your kids and your people who you are taking care of with your money that you don't have a source of primary income right now because you let this idiot go up here and get you fired because you fell for the trap. And I've fallen for that trap. I had one person that came into the store I was working at I mean, literally cursed me out. I mean, like I was a nobody. So I wind up getting fired from this little job I had because I cussed the customer out because he cussed me out. For some reason, I didn't see what he was trying to do. I didn't see that. And see, now I'm finna get back on my example. I just wanted to kind of segue into me talking about it happened to me. And this is the reason why I can talk about this stuff with a high amount of energy, with a high amount of passion, without a script or nothing like that to look at, because this is my life. Like, this happened to me. So I'm trying to prevent you, the person who is receiving this negative energy from this other human, for no apparent reason. Now, back on the story. You're at work. This man is barking all these orders. He's talking to you like you're a little boy, or like you're a little girl, or like you're some child or something like that. You looking at him like, man, I'm older than you. Typically, your heart is going to start beating fast. All this dopamine is going to come into your body, and now you're going to get all antsy, and your face is going to start turning red. You're going to start sweating, and all these negative things are going to come out of your body language. It's going to come out of your mouth if you're not careful. See, most people who come into an organization mad about something, it's not your fault. You didn't do anything. All you did was just go to work, and this idiot comes in trying to disrupt your day because he's having a bad day, because now he know he finna be put on alimony. He know he finna be put on some kind of spousal support. He ain't finna have his income, his side income, to himself anymore, because he got to take care of his wife and his daughter. So he's highly upset, and he's looking for somebody else to pull down to his level, so that way he's not the only person who's in a negative state of mind that day. So you got to watch some people. Some people are energy thieves. They will go up and they will steal your energy. They see you got a bubbly, energetic personality. They done got a divorce filed against them. And then now they're trying to bring you down. They're trying to pull you down to the lowest level of being pulled down, which is going to be for you to snap and to, let's say, for a better lack of words, blow up on them, lose your cool, lose your head. Then when you lose your cool, when you lose your head, you're going to lose your job. Now you can possibly lose your freedom in the aspect of now you can be to lost your house, your car get repossessed. All these crazy things start happening to you because you fell for this particular individual's trap. That's why I'm making this episode, to help prevent you from getting your foot trapped in that bear trap. Because when your foot is trapped inside that bear trap, what are you going to do? You're going to start screaming, start hollering. You're going to start getting all out of character. Then people are going to sit back who you work with, be like, oh man, I never knew Lisa can cuss like that. Oh my God, Lisa cuss like a sailor. People start losing respect for you. People start seeing your real temperament. And even though that may not perhaps be your real temperament realistically, human perception is going to let people know, man, Lisa, I thought she was a nice lady. And that's how people wind up getting fired from their job, when they snap back, or when they clap back at a customer. Now, sometimes in life, it's okay to clap back. You know, it's okay. But at work, never clap back with a customer, because the customer is always going to win. As long as the customer ain't smack you or hit you up top the head or nothing like that, the customer is always going to win. Always. Because for some reason, that's just how it is. I don't know why that is, but the customer is always going to win for some reason. Even if you go to court, typically the customer is going to be the one who's going to win. Here is something I want you to think about. Now, let's just say if you're a Lisa, you is at work and this clown just came in disrupting your day. You was sitting at your desk, eating your Jimmy Dean sausage patties, drinking your juice box. When he walks up to your window, he proceeds to, again, get angry at you for no reason. Just like we talked about earlier. Oh, blah, 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 blah. All you have to do is realize one thing. You did not get him a divorce unless you was the person he was sleeping with, or the person she was sleeping with, or the person they were sleeping with. They got them jammed up to get the divorce from their spouse. You have absolutely, positively nothing to do with that. See, a lot of the times in the human realm, a lot of humans will do things that they should not do, or either they don't do things that they should do. Procrastination or either overconsumption, and that 99% of the times leads to something negative. So for example, the person who was mad and screaming at Lisa, and he's mad at Lisa because his wife wants a divorce. He realistically needs to be mad at his own self. The reason why I say he needs to be mad at his own self, nobody told him to go out, and instead of being on a business trip, he was out with some mistress. To put the icing on the cake, not just that he was with his mistress, he got the mistress pregnant. Him and his wife have never had a kid before. So now this man who's mad at you because you just so happened to work for the courthouse, who served him divorce papers from his wife, he's mad at you because he got caught. When you are in front or you're facing a situation like that, just think to yourself, why is this person in divorce court? What did they do to bring themselves here? You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of people will go out, cheat, go do things they ain't got no business doing, or either don't do things that they know they need to do, and then they don't do it. Like if you go out here and you're driving your car and you get pulled over by the police. The police said, license and registration and insurance, please. And then you show your license and you don't have no insurance. The police is in a good mood. They let you go. Say, hey, look, just go on down tonight and get your insurance. You know, just call somebody, get some insurance. We gonna let you go. You go ahead and drive on and do your thing. You go by your partner's house. You go shoot dice at the casino. You go do all the things that you know you ain't supposed to be doing when that police done told you to go down there and get some insurance. You go out, man, I'm grown, man, they ain't gonna catch me. Next day, you go out to go get your daughter something to eat. You go through the drive-thru. A police officer runs your license plate when you're in the drive-thru. You get pulled over. Now, police say, oh, hey, yeah, license, registration, and insurance, please. Now, you're wondering why your daughter is gonna go with the police and might go to social services. You wonder why you just got locked up. You wonder why. You didn't do what you know you were supposed to do. The man told you what to do, but because you want to be grown, you didn't go do it. Now you put yourself in a situation and you put your family in a situation. You put your daughter in a situation. Now what's she gonna do? She looking like, where's daddy going? Why is daddy got his hands behind his back? Why is daddy leaving me? That was the person's fault. Because they was being a clown. They was being silly. Oh, I'm grown. You can't tell me what to do. It don't work like that, boss man. That was an example of not doing something that you know you're supposed to do. Now, the example that we initially talked about with Lisa working at the courthouse and this man is getting divorced. Now, this is doing stuff that you know you're not supposed to do. A lot of humans do not like taking accountability and or responsibility for the negative things that they flip up on in life. If you like this episode today thus far, please press that like and subscribe button for me. Here is my technique to diffuse the situation. Now, we done talked about what the man did to put his own self in this situation. Now we need to discuss the techniques needed to be able to know this has nothing to do with you, so you don't fall into that trap where somebody is verbally screaming at you, verbally yelling at you, like verbally abusing you, basically. Don't snap, don't get mad, don't let your heart start beating fast, because once your heart starts beating fast and your adrenaline kicks in, you can like fly off the Richter scale. Now, y'all in here having rock'em sock'em robots and stuff. Now the police done got called. Now both of y'all locked up. Here's how you diffuse any kind of situation like that. The first thing you need to do when you wake up, stop touching your cell phone. That's number one. Stop looking on the book, the gram, talk. Stop looking on all this social media stuff. First thing in the morning, do not do that. Stop looking at emails in the morning. Stop looking at your bank account first thing in the morning. Like, I know people who wake up and they just go look and scroll the book and see all this negative stuff. People, this man just got killed. This little kid got abducted. All this negative stuff that's building up in your brain at 5 o'clock in the morning when you wake up. And you wonder why your day can go south real quick, because you woke up with negativity. You woke up, the first thing you seen, soon as your alarm went off, first of all, you was upset because your alarm clock went off. It didn't give you another 10 minutes. You pissed about that, first of all. Next thing, you woke up quick, grabbed your phone, looked at your notifications. Oh my God, my business account is upside down, $500. Now you're going to get started in a negative light. Now Lisa's at the courthouse. This idiot comes into the courthouse pissed because he cheated on his wife. Now Lisa, she snaps back at the man and gets fired because Lisa was woke up quick by her husband, who looked at something negative, brought Lisa into the negative light, had Lisa's heart racing at 4:59 in the morning. Stop looking at your cell phone. Cell phones, unless you're younger, if you're over 35 years old, you have no reason to be looking at your cell phone like that, because you was pretty much born really before cell phones really got popular. I was born before like mobile phones and stuff. I was born when like jokers had briefcase phones in their car. They was walking around with like big satellite, like Nokias, the size of my notepad right here. That's when I was born. I don't have to look at no cell phone. I don't have to be entertained by no device or nothing like that. What I'm saying for you, the tactic to use to keep people from bringing your day down, it's the number one, don't look at your cell phone the first thing when you wake up. The second thing after you wake up, take at least 10 minutes to get your thoughts together. Like when you're taking your bath or you're taking your shower, get your brain together. Start planning out your steps for that day. That'll make you a more well-rounded individual. So that way, if you map out your day and plan your day, you will have a better insight on things that's going on in your life. I don't know how it just works out like that, but you just have a more pristine insight on life, what's going on, once you wake up and put yourself first. See, a lot of us, and I used to be guilty of that too, not no more, not the last 20 years, but when you start taking care of your noodle, taking time in the morning to get yourself together, to do things to better yourself. Don't worry about nobody else in the morning time. You worry about getting yourself together. If you got to wake up earlier, wake up earlier. Oh, well, what's another 20 minutes? But that 20 minutes, I guarantee you, once you do it for about a week or two, it's going to become addictive. Like you're going to get up and you're going to wake up and you're going to start having a whole lot better days. Like more things is going to come to you in your life because you're tuning your frequency to the right radio station in the universe to magnetically pull all this stuff your way. See, you deserve all things good in life. It's not that you deserve bad things in life. You deserve all good things in life, but you just have to know that you deserve all good things in life. Just because negative things happen to your little brother, your mama, your cousin, that doesn't mean that negative things have to happen to you. Sometimes in life, if you don't get your brain together, you can bring negative things in your own life. And you don't really mean to, but it's a subconscious thing that you can bring negative light into your life. You can. I'm not trying to speak bad news, but I'm just speaking realistic news, facts. The next thing that I recommend, if you want to always make sure you have a good day and you can be able to diffuse and de-escalate the situation, to make sure that you journal. When you journal, write positive things out in your journal. You know, like things like, today is my day. I'm going to have a great day. Life is amazing. I have all the money that I need. Even if you don't have all the money that you need, when you journal, you put that in your journal. So that way you're going to be speaking things into the universe. And some people don't believe in that. And it's okay. You don't have to believe in that. But I know what has worked for me in my life. And again, I don't just speak things in the universe. I also take action as well. I don't just speak it. I'm going to be a millionaire. And I'm just sitting at home binge watching. No, you're not going to be a millionaire that way. No. So I think what I'm going to do or what I'm going to be, and I take the right actions in life to be able to do those things that I said that I wanted to do or that I wanted to be in and with my life. See, you can realistically control your own future as long as you take the right steps and do the right things. Like you can destroy your future. Like go out here and you be a business owner, you go drink and drive, you have a few, mojitos and you lose control of your car. Go out here and you smack a car, you kill a family of 4. You're going to lose everything. Your thoughts and your actions and things you do can bring goodness to you, or it can also destroy. So it depends on how you use it. We have been properly equipped with the 3 things that you need to do. Number 1, don't look at your phone in the morning time. Let's just say if you wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, don't look at your phone until about 8:30. Nothing is going on that important that you need to water your day down with drama or negativity. Nothing is going on that important. The people who are important, they're probably right here in your household with you. The people who are really important. Everybody else can wait. If you sit back and think about it, anytime you've ever had something negative to happen to you or anything like that, like you got fired or something happened, probably if you really think about it, if you could rewind your life back, I guarantee you that you was in hell in a bunch of negative stuff. You was looking at negative videos. You was looking at negative pictures. You was reading negative reviews and stuff. You was reading negative. Negative attracts negative. Positive attracts positive. If some idiot comes in snapping at you, trying to act like it's your fault while he got a divorce from his wife, you look at him and you think to yourself, is it really my fault that he's mad at me? And as he's sitting back screaming at you, you're sitting back looking at him with a calm, cool, collective demeanor. Am I the real reason why he's in divorce court? No, I'm not. So why would I give up my freedom, give up my privilege to work at this good job here for this man? He realistically didn't care about his family, because if he cared about his family, he wouldn't have done that. But as long as you know you didn't do anything to this person, you didn't hurt this person, you didn't hook the person up with a side person on a spouse. Long as you know you didn't do nothing like that, it is no reason for you to get mad. It is no reason for you to let this idiot or this clown come in here and drag your day down. Humans try to find other people to help them make up their bed that they was laying in. They laid in the bed, but they don't want to make up the bed. They want to leave the bed all in disarray and expect for somebody to come in like you some worker who make up the bed. You don't let people who do their own due diligence to put themselves in the position and predicament that they put their own selves in. You never let them get to you. You never let them make you not keep the bag. You never let them make it where you lose your freedom and your family and everything you've built. If you look at the world as the world is toxic, it's so poor, oh my God, all of this is all this deficit and all this stuff. Yeah, you're going to attract negative things in your life. You're going to attract that rah to you. You're going to attract the person who is using you. You're going to attract the person who is doing this to you. You're going to attract that because you have a negative light emitting from yourself. And when you have a negative light emitting from yourself, you're going to magnetically pull in all things negative. And see, as long as you remember, if somebody comes in and they're screaming at you, as long as you remember to, number 1, don't look at your phone. Number 2, meditate in the morning. Number 3, journal. And number 4, know that you had nothing to do with why that person is mad. Can't nobody upset you, bring you down, make you feel some kind of way, drag your day down through the mud. Can't none of that happen, because at that point, you would be the master of your own mind. You want to be the master of your life, and that's fine because you're grown. Oh, I don't live at home no more. I'm my own master of my own life. Okay, nothing wrong with being the master of your own life. But if you're not the master of your own brain, you're realistically not the real master of your life. You think you are, but you're not. In life, you have to always master your brain. You only can control your thoughts and your actions. You cannot control what I do. You cannot control what she does, he does, they do, it does. You can't control anything but one thing, your thoughts inside of your head. And your thoughts is going to lead to actions. So there's really 2 things, but we're going to button that all up in one, because thoughts lead to actions. If I think, man, I'm hungry, I'm going to go down here and give me something to eat. Thoughts lead to actions. If you're thinking negative thoughts, you're going to do something negative. It might not be today, it might not be tomorrow, but if you keep thinking negative thoughts, see, the mind is a terrible thing, and the mind is something that can attract or push things away. People talk about, oh, your tongue can push more things away, but your tongue can't push nothing away that your brain, your noodle, hadn't already pushed away. And that about wraps it up for today's episode. Until next time, I'll catch you later.